So hitting pitch shots sometimes can be tricky, so I'm going to share something with you that I get my students to do to improve their game. So hitting pitch shots into greens and stuff can be tricky, and people do struggle with it, and understanding the concepts of how to do it and that it can be difficult because it's a separate game to, you know, you've got your chip and you've got your long shots, and pitch shots sit sort of somewhere else in between that. And it can be difficult for some people to hit consistent shots, get the ball on the green, and it really does improve your scores when you get good at this. This is something that I get my students to do that really sort of helps their game. It's understanding how to hit the pitch shots to make them much more consistent. Now, for me, first thing that you've got to understand is what is a pitch shot. So we're talking distances anywhere from roughly, say, 30 yards up to 80 yards, that kind of range. So it's not going to be a full shot with any club, but it's more than a chip shot. So first of all, you understand what a chip shot is. So a chip shot, you could play that, getting a little bit closer to the ball, shaft being a little bit more upright, and then that kind of action there. It's just going to be a simple kind of one lever swing back and through. Now, a lot of people, when they get this wrong, they're going to treat a pitch shot like their chip shot. So when they set up to it, do the same things, get that little bit closer, get the handle up, and then just try and hit the shot and sort of shove it a little bit harder to get the distance. And that's not going to work. That's just going to give you an inconsistent strike, inconsistent flight, and not get the ball to react on the ground how you'd like it to do to get the best possible results. So when you're hitting a pitch shot, for me, it's the introduction of that second lever. So to sort of swing back, start to set your wrists, and then get the club to come in. Now, often what I'm going to see when people that do that, it's struggling with path of the club coming into the ball and struggling with low point. Now, low point's really, really important on this one. So that's, you know, understanding that when you make a swing, there's a key specific point that the club wants to go to the ground and hit, and then it's sort of, you know, managing that depth of low point if you want. You don't want to be digging down too much, you want to just make the right sort of contact to get the right sort of strike and shot. So when it comes to path, where people get confused is that they try to hit it too straight. So it's like that you're going to set up here and play the shots, trying to almost swing through and get the club going out to the right and trying to keep the club ball going as straight as possible, and that's not going to work. So any swing, you've always got to swing around you. So if you go from that down the line position, club's going to come behind you, and then particularly on the way through, it's going to rotate around your body and come in on that direction. So what I'll often get people to do is work on sort of, you know, once we get past the initial concept of trying to do that, then work on low point. And this is a great tip or drill. If you're outside, you can kind of scratch a line in the ground, or what I'll often use is an alignment rod like that. So lay that down on the ground and say, right, this is where I want my low point to be. So effectively, you know, it's like you're going to put the ball there and then swing towards that. So you just use that as a mark. Right, so first of all, to just stand there, swing, really feel the weight of the club at this point in the swing. That's kind of one-handed swings to really get that kind of dropping down, and then just get used to seeing where that club wants to naturally bottom out, so naturally hit the ground. So if you're hitting those chip shots and then getting that weight too far back on the right hand side, you're going to stuff the club into the ground there. So, you know, that's fine, but you've got to feel that, you know, if you're getting that position right side down and then getting in there, which a lot of people are going to do, try and get down there and really sort of scoop up on it, that's not going to work. So you want to focus on, you know, where that alignment rod is in relation to your stance. So like I'm standing here, I've got roughly 3 club widths of between my feet, and then I'm thinking, right, so I swing, one-handed swings, and let that club bottom out where the alignment rod is. So there, just keep making those swings. So I really feel the weight of the club there. So it's a great tip, this, because then you're controlling low point, but then you're also getting the club to work a long way left of your body on the way through. So from this angle, you can see as I come down, let go of the club, and it naturally wants to go to the left side of my body, and that's the natural position that it should be in, and you shouldn't be trying to fight that. So stand there, take a few swings, swing back one-handed, drop that club down. If you start to see the club hitting out before, like you're getting there, just shift your weight through get that position there. Right. And when it comes to controlling the depth of the low point, that's really important as well. We don't want to be taking deep, heavy divots at the point of impact. You want to be relatively nice and shallow. So what's going to help here is as you swing through to really feel like your left shoulder here, as it comes through, is getting up and left. All right, and that's because as your right shoulder's working down and low, your left shoulder naturally has to get up and out the way. Don't try and work them on the same sort of plane. You're not trying to get that, we're not swinging on that plane, we're swinging down to the ball. So as the right shoulder comes down, the left shoulder's got to go up. So there's one-handed swings, really feel that left shoulder getting up and left. Once you get used to that, then, start putting some balls down and start trying to feel that. So I hit this pitch shot here, so we've set the green out to sort of 50 yards away, so get the feeling of those one-handed swings. Think about where the low point is, and as I'm really exiting there, I'm thinking left shoulder up and left. Set myself down and then just hit the ball. And you can see that I can really control the distance, the strike's good, as everything that I want to hit when I'm hitting a pitch shot, nice and consistent, and you're going to start hitting the greens and becoming a lot better at these sort of shots. That's going to transform your game. If you like that video and you want to learn how you should be setting up your driver to get the most out of it, make sure that you check out that video.